Welcome to The Silent Truth, where we uncover the voices buried beneath time, silence, and shadows. I'm Sarah.
And today, we're looking into a case that's been, well, cold for a long time. The 2008 murder of Linda Malcom in Port Orchard, Washington.
Right, we've gathered the available reports, timelines, trying to piece together what happened.
It's a story about a life cut short, but also, surprisingly, about renewed hope after many years.
So Linda Malcom, she was 47, a Navy veteran, worked as a paralegal also for the IRS at one point.
Yeah, and she was divorced, living alone. Her son, Travis, was away at college.
Neighbors described her as, kind, but private, kept to herself mostly.
Definitely doesn't sound like someone who'd have obvious enemies, which makes what happened even more shocking.
Absolutely, because on April 30th, 2008, things took a terrible turn. A fire at her home.
And when first responders got inside, it wasn't the fire that had killed her. She'd been stabbed.
Multiple times. The reports say 24 stab wounds. And signs of blunt force trauma, too. It's brutal.
Just horrific violence. And the fire. Investigators pretty quickly concluded it wasn't accidental.
No, the thinking was it was set deliberately, to hide what happened.
To destroy evidence.
Yeah.
It adds this really chilling layer of calculation to the whole thing.
And what makes it even stranger, right, is that there were no signs of forced entry.
Exactly. That's a huge point. It strongly suggests she either knew her attacker.
Or at least felt safe enough to open the door. Someone she trusted, maybe?
Potentially. And then there's the motive.
Yeah.
Or rather, the lack of one initially. Police couldn't figure out why someone would do this.
So, a violent crime, no forced entry, no clear motive, and then the physical evidence problem.
Right. Despite the ferocity of the attack, the scene didn't give them much to work with back in 2008.
No usable fingerprints found.
None. And no identifiable DNA either, not with the technology they had then. You can see how investigators would hit a wall pretty fast.
Yeah, it's like all the usual leads just evaporated.
They did the standard checks, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Looked into her background, relationships.
Her ex-husband.
Interviewed him, yes. But he had a solid alibi, so that avenue closed down.
So interviews aren't leading anywhere. Forensics hits a dead end.
And eventually, the case goes cold. It's heartbreaking to think about.
For her son, Travis, especially. And anyone who cared about her. Just years of waiting. Silence.
That silence is often the hardest part in these unsolved cases, isn't it? The not knowing.
Definitely. But then something unexpected happens. Years later.
Yeah, fast forward to 2023, and suddenly there's new interest. Not from the police initially, but from outside.
Two people working separately start digging into Linda's case again.
Jennifer Buchholz, she's a former Army counterintelligence agent, and George Jared, a journalist.
That's quite a combination, and they weren't collaborating.
No, completely independent investigations. They were both just drawn to the case, started reviewing public records, the old interviews, timelines.
Bringing fresh eyes to it, basically.
Exactly. And sometimes that's what it takes. They apparently found some inconsistencies, things in the original witness statements that maybe didn't quite add up or hadn't been fully explored.
Like what, potentially? Details missed. Or maybe people remembered things differently later on.
It's not totally clear from what we have, but it suggests maybe some individuals close to Linda weren't perhaps questioned as deeply as they could have been back then.
Interesting. So it wasn't like one big smoking gun they found?
No, more like pulling threads, slowly piecing together forgotten details, questioning old assumptions. It was enough to get law enforcement interested again.
And that renewed official interest led somewhere significant, right? On the forensic side.
It did. In 2024, acknowledging how much forensic tech has improved since '08, they requested new tests.
On the original evidence, even the fire-damaged items.
Yes. Things that might have seemed unusable back then could potentially yield DNA now.
Wow. So the technology caught up.
Precisely. Techniques for extracting tiny or degraded DNA samples are so much more advanced. There's genuine hope now that they might find something.
A trace of the killer's DNA after all this time. That could change everything.
It really could. It could finally break the case open.
This whole situation, Linda's story, It really highlights why these unsolved cases matter so much.
Absolutely. Justice doesn't really have an expiry date, does it? Or it shouldn't.
No. And for the families, the silence doesn't mean closure. It just means waiting, uncertainty.
And her case reminds us there are so many others like it. Stories that fade, victims potentially forgotten by the public,
But not by their loved ones.
never by them. That's why looking into cases like Linda Malcolm's feels important, giving voice to someone whose story has been quiet for too long.
Try and shed light, even after all this time.
Exactly. It's about remembering and about the continued search for answers.
So if anyone listening has any information, maybe something they heard back in 2008, something that seems small then but might be important now,
Regarding Linda Malcolm's murder in Port Orchard, Washington.
please reach out. Contact the Port Orchard Police Department. Or you can use Crime Stoppers if you want to remain anonymous.
Any piece of information could be the one that helps.
And if you want to support more stories like this, follow us, rate the podcast, and share this episode.
Your support helps us keep exploring these silent truths.
Until next time, stay curious, stay compassionate.
And never stop seeking the silent truth.